We're now in a new section of our AutoCAD 2017 Essentials course. And what we're going to look at is managing our AutoCAD DWG files and also having a look at the options, the setup of AutoCAD 2017. So in this first video, we're going to look at opening, closing and saving our AutoCAD files, our DWGs as they are. And you'll notice that I've got a new file open. It looks the same as the previous section, which it is the same file, but I've renamed it as O2 underscore managingfiles.dwg. Now the reason I've given you a separate file to download from lynda.com is it means that you can obviously store these files sequentially and make sure that you can work on them individually to follow along with the videos, rather than just use the same file over and over again. So we've got the drawing open. You can see our grid lines, you can see it's the layout of our hotel or our college or our building or whatever that particular building may be. And what we're going to look at is opening, closing and saving files. Now I've already got one file open. Now what I can do, if I want to open another file, I can open up multiple files in AutoCAD very easily. Now I can do this in a number of ways. I can go up to the application menu here. And if I click on the little flyout arrow there, you can see there that I can go to open, like so, and I can open a drawing. I can open a drawing from the cloud from my A360 account. I can open up a sheet set, or I can open up a DGN, which is a different file type, but it can open up into a DWG file. You'll notice there I've got the options also for a new file, from a drawing or a sheet set there, and I've also got the save and the save as, so I can save drawings to a drawing, to the cloud, as a template and so on. Now we will cover some of this later on in the course as well. Now if I want to open up a file, I can also utilize the quick access toolbar, because you'll notice I've got there new, I've also got there open, I've also got save, and I've also got save as. So if I go and click on open here now, like that, it prompts me to go to a particular folder. Now I'll just drag the dialog box down. And this is one of the new dialog boxes that you can actually make bigger in AutoCAD 2017. So I can actually drag and make that dialog box bigger. Obviously it's got a minimum size. You don't want it to disappear into nothingness. But the idea being is I can drag that, and if I'm on a screen that's larger than, say, my laptop screen, you can see there I get a nice preview. That gets bigger as I stretch the screen, like so. And in this case it's nearly pretty much full size on the screen anyway. So what I am in is the drawings folder, and you can see there's my O2 managingfiles.dwg, which is the drawing we've got open already. But you can see there that I can go and pick a file that I want to use. So it might be O2 managingfiles.dwg, the file that we're already using. I can also type in the file name, and as I type in the file name there, it'll pick files with a similar name from the list. You'll also notice I can select a drawing. If I click on the little flyout arrow here, that's gone off the bottom of the screen slightly, so what I need to do there is just bring the dialog up a bit. This is what happens when I've got a little bit of restricted screen resolution here. So if I now click on that flyout there now, you can see that I can open up a DWG, a standards file, which is a DWS, a DXF, drawing exchange format file, which is a neutral format file that may come from another CAD product, or I can open up an AutoCAD drawing template, a DWT. Now we will cover some of this as we move further through the course. The main file you will obviously be using is the native file, the DWG, most of the time. So what you would do there is you would select the file that you want to open, like so, and then you would click on open. Now you'll notice there's an arrow there. That allows me to open the drawing either read-only, partial open the drawing, or partial open read-only. What does that mean? Well, what I'm going to do is cancel the dialog first of all, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to close my managing files drawing, like so. So I can click on this little cross here on the tab, and that'll close it, and all I've got is the Start tab open. So I can open a file here, like this. I can click on Open Files there, and it takes me back to that same dialog box. Now I'm just going to pop the top off of the screen a little bit, just like that. Just gives me a little bit more scope with the resolution down at the bottom of the screen. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my O2 managingfiles.dwg, but I'm going to do a partial open. And what this allows me to do is it allows me to go to Extents, or the last geometry, but I can switch layers on and off. So one of the typical layers that I might find in here is the grids. So there's my grids there. Can you see? So what I want to do is just bring this dialog up here a bit, and the grid, I'm going to load that geometry, like so. and I'm going to load the grid ident, or identity, which is the bubbles. So if I now open that with a partial open, watch what happens. I only get the grid lines because they're the only two layers that I've switched on. So if you've got a really busy drawing, what you can do there is you can actually just open up the layers that you want to see. And what's really nice is the tab tells me it's a partial open, like so. And you can see there when I hover over the tab, I can go to the layouts, I can go to the model, and so on, which is quite useful. Now what I'm going to do is close the file again, like so. I'm not going to save the changes in this case. And then what I can do is if I go to open files again now, and I select my O2 managing files and just click on open this time, it brings it all in with all of the layers. Now, closing a file, you've already seen me do that one way, which is here, by clicking on the cross here. I can also close a file by clicking on this little cross here. And I can also just type the word close. I can also go here to the application menu and obviously click on close here. And I can close the current drawing or all drawings I may have open. As you can see, current drawing or all drawings. Now be aware of that because there's lots of different ways that you can open and close a file. Saving a file, even easier. You go up here. Now this file at the moment is O2 managing files. If I click on this save icon, it will save it with the same file name and just save any changes that I've made. But don't forget you can do a save as well, which is this one here. So if I click on save as, and just bring the dialog box back down so we can see it. There we go. I've got O2 managing files, but this might be O2 managing files 2, let's say. So what I can do here is obviously come in here like this, type 2, press enter, and I've now got a new file. Now if I do save on that one, you'll notice it's trying to show me the path up there at the top of the screen. If I click on the save, just shows me the file name and it's managing files 2. So that's how you open, close, and save your drawings when you're working in AutoCAD 2017.